2012, the Tanis Award, Best Voice in Surround Sound. Tom Hiddleston in The Avengers. Today is Monday, 19 January 2026, and here I, Tanis Shearhairs of Seattle, reveal the Tanis Award, my movie-going picks, for Best Voice in Surround Sound. Tom Hiddleston in The Avengers for a showing of the movie I saw in a cinema in the city where I was living in South Africa, Port Elizabeth, South Africa. So I went to the movies, and I had not, I've talked a little bit about the movie-going experience for this one before. I went to a cinema in Africa, in the city of Port Elizabeth, South Africa, where I was living at the time, in the first half of 2012. And I think it had a later release date. We were part of the guinea pig batch or something like that, because it was before the, like, now published online release date, if I'm recalling correctly, that I saw it. So it released later in the United States of America than it did in Africa, at least where I was living. And I was watching the movie, I was like, it's a really good, it was a really good acoustic experience. So, like, my hearing. And there's a type of, acoustic experience called surround sound, and you're like, okay, well, how is that different than just like listening to a movie? So surround sound is a type of I can think of it as like a speaker system set up with the intent of the acoustic experience being immersive. So it's kind of like, it's like being in a water tank and having it being like submerged in water, only instead of being submerged in water, a person is immersed in sound. So that's kind of what surround sound is about. And so, and it's, I find it can be very different. This is, for me at least, a very much a movie-going experience one, in terms of, like, it's a very different being in a theater with surround sound and speakers kind of all around to make it an immersive acoustic experience, as opposed to like watching it on my laptop. Okay, just so it's very much about the theater-going experience. And Tom Hiddleston had such a, like, he was the bad guy in the movie, so he was Loki, and his voice, it was just so, it was like it came through the air as like resin. It was so amazing, and it was like my little, you know, their hairs on the ears, and I just remember his voice, and I just remember being like, wow, that's like, it was such a weird experience, because I was like, that's such a great sound, and it's his voice. But I'm not saying like he has like a great voice. It's like his voice in the, like, set up for the speaker system in my ears, and so it was a very particular thing. And it's not the whole movie, because there's kind of like, although the whole movie was pretty good in a surround sound, but it was really his voice, just like it just hit that feel where it was like, it was more than just air. It was like it was resin, and it just like it was soothing to my ears. And I just remember being like, that's a different experience. That's a reason to go to the movies to see a movie, is that man's voice. So it was Tom Hiddleston in The Avengers. And so that is why he won the Best Voice in Surround Sound for 2012 for me, for the Tanis Award.